goddamn zombie tiger. That's crossing the line.
Yeah.
Welcome to a Thirst Quencher review. Today we're reviewing Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
2 hours and 30 minutes of it.
For what?
Beauty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even pretend.
Okay. Well,
What
that's
zombie movie has to be 2.5 hours?
the one. The one made by Zack Snyder.
I mean, and this is not even the Snyder cut. Okay, I'm sure that Netflix came up behind and they told him to cut that shit off, and I'm sure there's at least 2 more hours of this fucking movie.
Of Batista
Yeah.
talking to his daughter.
Yeah.
I bet there's a whole that one part with the clones or whatever, their other selves. I'm sure there's a whole movie right there that they got left on the fucking floor.
With
We
that
live in a society.
Holy shit. With that being said, we'll get right into it. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead starring Batista. I think this movie had a lot going for it. We can say that. We can all agree this movie had a lot going on.
Did it?
Yes, it had a lot going on.
It had a lot of zombies.
A lot going on. So I think we'll just start pretty basic setup. We'll talk about how we felt about the movie, what we liked.
Well, first of all, let's set a background. What is this movie about for anybody that may not know what this movie is? We just dropped Army of the Dead. What is this?
This
Zombies.
movie is a movie.
A what?
Zombies.
This is a movie about a seeming heist set against a zombie-infested Las Vegas, and Batista and his crack team are going in to retrieve a lot of money for a very rich person. That's the backdrop of this film.
Yes.
And we start to realize very slowly that maybe everything isn't
as was it seemed.
as it seemed.
Also, the city in itself is walled off, kind of like Raccoon City. So this is the only city that has zombies in it.
Yeah, because when the movie started, we had a caravan of the most mentally inept military personnel.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yes,
I just wanted to lay like a background for anybody who hasn't seen it. It is a zombie heist movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It is exactly what you think it is.
Yes, and with that being said,
Nothing more, nothing less.
Certainly more.
Well, more in time.
Yeah.
But
With that being said, let's. How did you guys, in so many words, how did you guys feel about this movie?
Sleep.
well, I feel the review needs to match the movie, so we need to come up with a lot of filler, so we're gonna fit the 2.5 hour span. But I will say the movie had a lot of good ideas flowing through it.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of good premises. Where I feel the movie lacks is the script and some of the acting.
Yeah.
I will leave it to that for now. But yeah, the script and the way that characters converse and the flowing of the passage, it just ruined everything that was good about the movie.
I will say this right now. I'm not a fan of Zack, if that wasn't clear already.
Marvel show.
Yeah, of course. But I didn't hate this movie. I didn't hate it. But it was there was a lot of like as we've been saying, there's a lot going on, but a lot of nothing too. This movie could have easily been an hour and a half, because the last like 45 minutes really slogged, and I'm like, I was paying attention to something else most of the time. I went on my phone, and then when I came back, I didn't really miss much. I was still in the fucking story, like, because nothing has happened.
You just don't appreciate Zack's vision.
No, like, Zack, this was exactly what it needed to be.
He is an architect.
Yeah, but
Imagine.
Of disaster.
like Zack again needs to be wrangled back a little bit. He needs someone to keep him in fucking line, because
And these people on Twitter are giving him the fuck. They're just winding him up.
they just keep
letting
getting him
go.
all these
keys.
like he can do whatever he wants. He can direct. He can do cinematography. He can write. He needs help. Please, he needs another person to him. No.
To
to
be like,
stop.
Relax.
Like,
everybody,
Kind of like fucking
we don't need this.
fucking George Lucas with the prequels. He was like, I think I went too far in a couple of places.
After the fact.
But he can admit to it, though. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He admitted to it.
After years of shame, public shame.
No one remembers that. Yeah, everyone loves to forget all the hate. Deserved, by the way.
I don't. It fuels me and keeps me young.
Okay.
Every time I feel down, I look back into the hatred that I spewed
It's-
on these forums as a 12-year-old.
There were
It seems like yesterday when I was in elementary school or middle school, and we were eating lunch, and homeboy looks up to me, he's like, "Hey, bro, did Jar Jar seem kind of racist to you?"
Yeah.
he certainly did.
I just thought that's how all black people are.
So did George and his wife apparently. So go on with your take on the movie, unless you're.
I'm pretty much like it was. Like I said, it was very. It was a lot. It could have been shorter, and I hate the fact that I'm surprised they didn't go as far as they could, because I feel like this movie could have been way crazier and probably kept my fucking attention a lot more. But it just like
I agree with that.
it was like went up. Nah, it's okay. We're not gonna go that far.
Right.
But go ahead, Clarence. If you want to.
Yeah, I'm.
Besides, I'm asleep.
Look, I will admit to that. I have a bias with zombie movies. They continuously put me to sleep. I never really care to pay attention to them because you already know what's going to happen. Someone gets bit. Someone pretends that they're not going to get infected. Everyone dies except for one person. The end.
I guess I'm going to be the only person with a fair take today. All right.
Did I not just
No,
get
no,
all kinds and pros?
I just like to.
Let me step on your toes a little bit.
No. That's how he really
action
feels.
scenes were great.
Yeah, go ahead and say, "Wow, I'm really loud." Go ahead and
Yeah, but I had
yeah.
to. You were low in the last one, so I went to turn you up mainly.
See, George was right. That's how you all.
Look, man, just go ahead and say in a lot more words that you didn't enjoy the movie.
Shut up.
Yeah, big brain.
That's right. I'm Tom King over
I
here.
know this is unlike all of us. This is his third showing.
Oh yeah,
this
you are the resident expert on this movie.
Pretty much. I mean, I will say this.
Lead us, Nostradamus.
For short, how I felt about the movie, I can say confidently after seeing it 3 times.
I want to know your first take of the movie. Do you remember what your first take from your first viewing was?
I'll say this.
I know you've seen it many times.
I'll say
It's
this.
hard.
This is probably my most coherent take where I was awake the whole time and lucid. Like I was not, elevated to this. I wasn't in the light fixtures. So I was paying
Did it
attention
help?
to the film.
Did it help?
What?
Did it help?
I don't know if you can call that helped, but it certainly made the movie.
I will
faster.
say from somebody who was in the rafters today, it kind of did.
I thought this movie, in not so many words, I felt it got the point across. This feels like one of the first couple of movies where it's like something I would see in the theater where it's like, this is a Saturday, I want to go enjoy a flick with some of my friends and talk bullshit and, eat wings. That's what this is the kind of movie that
This does make
that occasion.
it makes me feel like we're back in like 2016.
That is
We're
a
doing, like,
problem with me.
oh,
That it just feels like it's dated in one of those movies
Yeah.
from there.
catch a matinee, see
Yeah.
this movie at 5 p.m. Like this is
You ain't got shit else to do.
it got its point across. It's a zombie movie, and I'll say I have a bit of a bias with zombie movies too, as to where there are no twists and turns that have not been seen, and it just, even though there are some original concepts in this movie, and they do a fair amount distancing themselves from some,
It still plays out the same.
it
as
still
every-
plays out with a lot of these similar tropes. Having said that, this movie was made for a certain group of people sitting in front of a TV or in the theater, and I think it accomplished its goal. And I can't really knock it for that. So I thought the movie was like, it achieved its purpose.
From the trailer, you knew what you were getting into.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what the twists and turns they tried to do, you know what you're going there, what you're sitting there for. You're waiting for somebody to decapitate zombies, punch through walls, claw their way through mountains of zombies, and apparently a gigantic expedition.
Yes, sir. With that being said, let's talk about what we like. I know for some of us it doesn't seem like there's a lot, but
Yeah,
let's
without spoilers, I want to do what we liked.
Oh shit!
all right. Well, yeah,
Chris,
I mean, this
I want to hear Chris first. What
let-
did you like? Cinematography.
Take your time so I can think about it.
yeah, because you're going next.
Yeah.
it's funny. Unlike quite a few of us and everything, I actually do like zombie films and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of tropes and stuff in each one and everything. But I don't know.
They're,
They're like
they're good when they're not tastefully.
yeah, exactly.
There's
Like
beautiful examples.
like 20 Days Later, the original Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Dead was fucking hilarious. Shaun of the Dead,
Yeah.
like. So like there's good ones, there's gems, and there's stuff like this, which is like it's fun. It kind of reminds me of those like straight to DVD or like Amazon Prime like zombie films, like zombie on a plane.
Yeah.
But even though zombie on a plane was fucking hilarious and it was fucking, it kept my attention the whole movie. But okay, but what I liked.
Oh God,
His brain is about to start smoking.
Okay, honestly, I want to spoil this because this is honestly the only thing that kept my actually got like a bing in my brain. Like, I like this.
Okay, just a quick one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
There's 2.5 hours to spoil.
Yeah.
I think one thing right now is not gonna kill it.
Okay. I'll say one thing and another thing. One, I really like the whole like. It's so random, but I don't know why I liked it. But I hate the fact that I liked it because it didn't go anywhere. It was the point when they were they were in the safe and they saw those bodies right there, and they literally were the same. They were those bodies. They were trying to say that they've done this over and over again, like a loop.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit of dialogue where they mention or do a little bit of a mention to where it's like
A time
we're caught in
loop
a
or
loop.
time distortion.
Yeah.
and that's the point that I had to rewind back because I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
Because everybody lost. Nobody gave a shit by that point. I think we were like almost
all-
2 hours in.
We were all on social media.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, wait, the thing is fucking play with time?
Yeah, like because I'm like, because I'm like, if that's the case, why are we doing that movie? Why the fuck are we just doing this regular heist movie? If you want to add time shit, fine.
No.
Go
Don't
do
give
it.
him- Don't give him any,
no, no, no.
any more to
He's
play
gonna
with.
do if he gets a sequel, which he will. He's gonna do that. He's gonna bring that back if maybe. But
Oh, they already hinted it.
yeah, they're gonna try. They're gonna follow through somehow. But
Why?
I don't know. No, but it's
Money.
that I like that because it was like being. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's weird, and it's really. I'm like, are we gonna? Is that gonna go nowhere? No, it didn't go. It goes nowhere. And
Yet.
yeah.
Ugh.
But my only other
Don't give him that. This is why he does fucking interviews every other week saying, this is who I was going to cast as Batman.
Yeah,
Or,
this is
what I
my
was
Green
going to
Lantern.
do."
You see that?
You see, if Netflix didn't let me go all the way through, I wouldn't be able to do it the way I want. So, but the only other thing actually, and I may take a bunch of everyone else's and everything, but I really like the Alpha zombies. More importantly, the Queen zombie and Zeus zombie. Everything.
Yeah.
They were really cool. I like the whole like they're mutated to be basically a different, like the zombie virus or whatever it was mutated to basically be a whole nother species.
Yeah, that was my
really-
favorite. The take on the zombie hierarchy that they kind of established was
Yeah, like that for like that it actually caught my attention when they first went into the zombie world. Like, all right, you're dead. All right, we have to sacrifice. What are you talking about? Like, we can't. They know where we are. They're intelligent and blah blah blah. I like the whole setup that they had to make deals and everything with these zombies, and then the zombies actually honored the deals.
And it was something that wasn't. They got pushed to the side for human stories. Like, and I didn't come here for a human story. I came here for an action-packed just zombie extravaganza. Feed me that.
Yeah,
Don't waste another hour and a half on fucking reuniting with your long lost characters that I don't give a fuck about.
this is true. But with that, that's what I like those two things. So
Okay. Clarence, have you give a little bit more thought into it, or you?
I mean, like that's
Clarence didn't like shit. That's why he brought that poison water just to
there
kill us
was
all.
yeah, I did. There was no.
I wish he had.
that you know what? I think that fucking shit didn't help either.
It didn't.
It didn't.
He just made a bad
It's
taste
like,
in my
ugh,
mouth.
ugh.
It made you aggressive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The that's what you hit on, how they were sentient, how they honored their deals. That's the only new thing as far as a zombie movie goes that I've seen in this. Everything else was done before.
Yeah.
You know, you had the hierarchy thing. You had
Zombie tigers.
zombie tigers, zombie
horses.
Give a shit.
I know everyone really loved the zombie tiger. I don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
the
it's
zombie.
all over
The
their
CG
advertisements.
wasn't really that good. It was only a two steps away from being Sci-Fi Channel CGI tiger, just 2.
But those 2 extra steps, it looked good.
Yeah, it looks all right. It just wasn't like it didn't take the movie anywhere besides to say, "Ooh, this would be cool." Add that.
I mean,
That's
we're
what
talking-
this whole movie was
That's what I'm
about.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're talking
true.
about a Zack Snyder film.
Oh my god.
I didn't find any real. I didn't find a character that was enjoyable. I didn't
But
really find a.
nothing that you didn't like. Remember?
Okay,
He's trying here.
I'm trying.
His grasping at
Anything?
straws.
What did I like? I liked that they were smart enough to honor their deals. Go ahead, Jamal.
Oh, me? Okay. All right. What I liked about this movie and is the Zack factor. All the Snyder-isms that usually are annoying to me elsewhere, because it does feel like it's really just buying time and adding onto the runtime, which it did here. It definitely added onto the runtime. But there are a lot of Zack-ism shots that I took a lot of enjoyment in. I really liked their opening montage. I thought that was cool. A lot of explosions, a lot of death and blood, more than I've seen in the movie.
It definitely brought me back to like the opening montage to Dawn of the other.
The other zombie.
That was Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah.
Like Dawn of Dead. This opening, the best part of that movie was the opening sequence.
Yeah. We had a cool opening sequence here.
Yeah.
We get an idea who the characters we're about to be dealing with, and the plan is simple. I liked, again, this is something everybody liked. I liked the zombie hierarchy setup.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty dope. I liked the world itself, where it only seems like this is taking place in one location. So Zack tried to do that thing where I do appreciate there was some political intrigue to it. You know, you had actual political pundits talking about what to do with these people, although I did not admire either of those 2 people. I was like, ugh. But I appreciate that he tried to make this feel like a very real world before he let his brain run and do the Zack things that he enjoys so much.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword here. All those things played up and helped the movie out for me, but they were also made the movie a lot longer than it had to be. So, but there was enjoyment. Like I said, this is a popcorn flick, a reason to go back to the theater, and $8. I had a decent time, and I didn't have to be high to do that. So I appreciate that aspect, because I really appreciated the time thing. I appreciate how they touch on that fourth wall, like maybe we've been here before. And maybe we'll be here again.
Like it could, like honestly, it would have been funny. Like that could have been. What if that was like a cut, like a different cut of the script or anything? That some of them died right there.
What script?
But yeah, I like that. I do like that whole time thing. It's like video game maybe, or all this other stuff. Yeah.
Like gamer, but not shitty. So yeah. With that being said, that's what I liked.
What about you, Hada?
Yeah,
I mean, action sequences.
Yeah.
True.
The choreography and the action sequences
Oh,
was
fuck
the only saving grace in this movie for me. Honestly, acting was subpar. The writing was atrocious.
only what
Hey, what would you like?
Only
What would you like? We'll get to that part.
only what you like.
Only what you like. He's
fighting scenes.
the fighting scene.
They had amazing choreography, amazing pacing in the fighting scenes. I thought everybody that had an action sequence fucking did
Rocked it.
great, with some noticeable like stumbles here and there, but they didn't take away from the goodness of it. The tiger, I actually enjoyed the tiger. It looked like shit, but when the tiger actually got to
Homeboy, yeah.
to doing
tiger shit.
stuff, doing tiger shit, I thought it was great. Cat playing with his food type of deal. Yeah, other than there was no reason to watch this movie other than the action sequences
Definitely not
at all.
How did they tame a tiger?
Ask
Because he's the Sigma.
No, they didn't tame. It wasn't an actual tiger. They just filmed the tiger and then put CG over it.
I'm talking about in the movie.
Oh,
I'm talking about in the movie.
Because he's
because it's a
alpha.
fucking movie, Clarence. And it's a
I want to say it was
Come
a
on.
tiger that was already used in the.
it's in the shows.
What's her name? What's the 2 magicians?
Siegfried and
Siegfried and Roy.
So like,
Yeah.
It's one of the Siegfried and Roy tigers.
did the
I
Sigma
remember
zombie like arm wrestle the tiger for supremacy or something?
He just growled at it.
When I seen that, I was in my mind. I kept trying to play a scenario how it would happen. I just pictured a bunch of like he just kept sending waves after waves, and that tiger just smacking them until they got like overcrowded, and then he just walked up and bit him in the back of the
He
neck.
just got the vase. He said, "I want a tiger." Right.
I feel like I keep playing that scene out of Harvey Birdman in my head where he's like humping it for submission. He's like, I am the alpha male. I am the alpha male.
Holy shit.
It's funny. It's not really humping it. But yeah, it was a funny sequence. But yeah, there's just a lot going on in here. I think if you were done, we can move on to
What we didn't like.
Yeah,
because I could tell people are ready
The movie.
for that.
so yeah, let's. I don't want to get into full spoilers, but I do want to talk about what we didn't like. Obviously,
Clarence didn't like the movie.
technically wise, I wasn't a fan of the different. Even though he tried to make it in that featurette, like it was a big deal that he used two different lenses that were at different
Focal length.
vocal lengths,
Yeah.
and it would like switch up. And I kind of got what he was going for, but it was jarring sometimes, and it was unnecessary,
It was a good.
over the top.
It was a good cataract simulator.
It's exactly what it was, and I would have enjoyed it had most of the movie been shot straight edge and super crisp and super clear, and all of a sudden everything is blurry.
Yeah,
Like there was it wasn't used as, or at least I didn't notice it as profoundly as he made it seem in the featurette.
like I saw that he was trying when it came to that part of the cinematography and everything. You know, like when that zombie left, when the zombie queen left the one scene,
Yeah.
she's blurred. You know, she goes back into the blur. Or when the zombie king when he reveals himself, he's blurry first until he's revealed.
It just gave me Enchantress vibes that I didn't want.
Yeah,
I like how the
it
zombie
wasn't-
queen Naruto ran.
Oh, we'll get to that. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's a gigantic spoiler because it was to me one of the greatest parts of the whole movie.
Oh my god.
I should have said that. With the things I like.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh wait, you were going. Right?
I was
What?
we were just
What else
kind
was
of
I like?
bantering about that
Yeah.
focal length shit that he was doing.
As I said before, like the story in itself just feels very bloated, and I don't like this because I can get this. Like I am a zombie fan. I watch these movies. I've watched them for years. I watch my family all the fucking time.
Damn.
But I've
zombie
seen-
fan, Sonic fan, just can't win.
I just can't win. But you know, I love what I love.
You know it's
but
hard out here for
Ain't no one.
but like I hate the fact that if I want to get something as dumb and as entertaining and stuff, I can find it elsewhere for cheap. You know, like but this I feel like it could have just been that if it was shorter and then more over the top. But it's just being like this wasn't really going. It was boring. It got boring at certain points. Like the action scenes were kind of cool, yeah, but a lot of the payoffs for those action scenes didn't really like. It was like,
Oh yeah. No, that
yeah,
the choreography.
yeah. The in those scenes cool,
Yeah,
but when they're over, like oh,
the resolutions of them, half of them were fucking nah.
nah.
Right out
You
the
know-
window.
I felt the one towards the end when they were by the slot machines. That went on way longer
Forever.
than it needed to, and
Well, by that point, we were just ready for this shit to be over.
and in the context of what was happening, it was completely unnecessary.
Yeah, they were trying to escape.
yeah,
We're talking about Zack Synder.
well, we're gonna get to the unnecessary shit because there's a lot of unnecessary shit.
We are in the unnecessary shit. We're talking
Yeah.
about the movie.
But
We're talking about what we don't like.
What
Okay, I'm done with that.
what about you?
Okay, what I didn't like about the movie, and I mean the only thing I didn't like is that
The only thing?
so there's a lot. There's some stuff. Zach likes to do this thing where he'll like, well, what if? He'll put the question out there, but he has no intention of answering it whatsoever.
He doesn't even know the actual question.
That's true. Not in the movie, not in the featurey. I watched that 25-minute featurey, and I didn't learn anything else about the movie at all. Like
No.
I just talked about how much they enjoyed making the movie.
like,
You learned
I'm-
how they had problems trying to get the Vegas Strip.
Yeah, I learned about.
I mean, you basically learned exactly where the origin of the film came from. He literally said, zombies. Heist zombies. I always want to do a heist movie.
Yeah.
And I do like zombies. Zombies is my bread and butter, like from back in the day. So
Yeah.
put those together and boom, there we
boom,
go.
pay me.
I was upset that he didn't kind of it seemed like the zombie hierarchy that he developed that I was actually kind of invested in, or the powers that he gave that main zombie, that they were just like an afterthought. And I was like, such a missed opportunity
Fucking
to
lost
expand on that.
Right.
Yeah, like that's the biggest thing that I didn't like. Like, I always take Zach's factor to go like where he'll take something and he'll max it out. And I felt like there was a missed opportunity with the Zeus zombie character where
They didn't
this
go
character
far
didn't
enough.
go as far as he could.
Absolutely.
I mean, to go to if I can elaborate, like what I mean is that they were the smarter ones and they were the faster ones, but the queen, she didn't really do a great job defending herself. Like, you know what I mean? Like once it was done, once the thing happened, it happened, and she was just,
Yeah. Like,
and
During the whole movie, when they talked about how these alpha zombies are faster and stronger, it was only showcased maybe once or twice by one or two zombies.
I was just about to say that because, like, honestly, if you like looking over the movie, they felt like they were all the same. They kept talking like, like the out between the besides the alphas look different because they move different. That's the only thing I like. They kind of did like this.
they're buff dudes. They
Yeah,
only wear cargo pants.
They just had the posture of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's
but-
all that was different from them.
But like between them and the Shamblers, they were just doing the exact same thing. They had when they went up against a person, they literally did the exact same thing.
they would just get
did-
bodied.
Yeah, they get bodied
Also-
and they shot.
Except for that one guy who was dodging shit and twisting.
Oh,
around.
The
Capoeira?
last 40 minutes, there were virtually no difference between the Shamblers and the
Alpha.
Alphas
No.
because they were both frenzied, so they were moving almost the exact same. The only time you could tell an Alpha was was they were obviously jacked.
See, and that's one thing. Like, remember I was complaining, and I will continue to complain about this. This whole glowing eye thing never really did anything, and didn't
Yes.
like. It would have been a perfect way to like differentiate the alphas and the and the Shamblers and everything, but they didn't go. They did that one time. There was a zombie with glowing eyes and they got shot, and then I'm like, okay. Are there other zombies with glowing eyes? No. Oh, okay. There was a fucking.
There was
point
just
of
that one. It was
Yeah.
weird.
It was really weird.
He had glowing
I-
eyes because he was in the dark.
I do want to get started on that, and I do want to, because I have some gripes about that. But overall, I don't watch this.
Pretty
If
much.
you have 2.5 hours and you like dumb movies, a popcorn movie, it's probably perfect for you. If you like the Fast and the Furious, I think.
Whoa!
Got
Yep.
it.
Whoa,
Got
Yep.
it.
Got him.
Got it.
We are not going to
Got it.
besmirch the family. I will not let you do that.
Listen, people compared this. People said that this is the Suicide Squad movie we should have got.
I mean, it's a better one.
And I agree,
I agree.
but I still wouldn't have been happy.
I thought it was cool. I mean, listen, this movie makes a mistake of abusing its runtime. And you know what? I'll say this. The only reason I wouldn't tell people not to watch it is because, like, in this day and age, the only thing that people at our age bracket, or hell, at any age bracket, the only thing people are doing right now is going to the grocery store, going to work, and jerking off.
Why are you doing that? I'm sad. Thanks.
Because
Like,
there's
what
not,
is
there's, what else are you doing? So
Look,
the movie's there.
That's all I
Consume it.
do.
Consume it.
Right?
All I do.
He does a lot more. See, I do a lot more.
There's different variations, but it all comes down to closing your laptop. Closing your laptop in disgust.
Yeah.
Laptop.
Laptop.
What makes you think they closed it?
Your phone.
Shut up.
Minimize.
Ah.
For when I have to come back later.
Yeah, it takes you a while to find those videos, but yeah. Either way, the movie had some stuff, and I don't want to say I want to try and keep it spoiler free, but like it's not like we're gonna come back and cover this.
No,
Any
that's why I
and
want to get into talking about the gripes and the hilarity of it.
Okay,
It's not
cool.
like-
Oh,
it's
so
not
we were
a
holding.
deep. It's not
Yeah.
a deep movie, anyways.
Okay,
Close
so-
it out.
no,
So we were holding off towards.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to. If you haven't seen it, this is our thoughts. It's a ride that if you like brainless movies, if you're willing to turn off your brain for 2.5 hours, which is actually, 'cause I was able to do it for about an hour and a half. After a while, it starts kind of.
Oh, it's like come back like
It gets a little hurt. It gets a little hard, but if you can turn off your brain, if you want to sit there and make a drinking game out of it, which we kind of tried, but Clarence came and poisoned us
Yeah.
with these fire water. But make it into a game, a drinking game. Watch it with your friends. I think is a decent watch simply because I really did like. I feel like they put a lot of work into the choreography, and I think that's where this movie shines. Anything over that, if you expect this to be a big brain masterpiece, you come to the wrong place. But it's worth at least a skim through.
If you're willing to just see what the hype is about, or like you said, if you had 2 hours to kill, sure, watch it. If you want to watch a movie with your parents that they'll probably sit all the way through and like, oh my god, this is so good. Watch it with your parents.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I mean, I forgot another thing actually. I actually like the design for the zombies and stuff were kind of cool. Like the costumes and stuff. It was decent. You know, especially for the alpha zombies and everything. They still look generic-ish, but you know, hey, the costumes were it was all right.
And now, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you don't want to watch it,
It's okay.
Stick around because we're about to spoil the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
What was that helmet made out of?
My man.
Oh god.
What was it made out of?
How
Anybody? Somebody?
Who made it? For
Didn't
him?
have, yeah. he just had some
I know it was
fucking
a-
random just armor makers in the back.
He had the
I thought
like
that
he was a side character in the Gundam. You know, the guy always has the white mask. That's what it was. He had that.
He came through with a cape and a fucking and a helmet.
I thought that honestly it looked like a bowling pin, like a bowling ball that got caved out and everything.
No, it was metal.
Yeah,
was metal?
Yeah, it was metal.
Okay.
It was formed.
And it was bulletproof.
Yeah, he came out with the Doctor Doom with the.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
And he tested
chilling.
And didn't
He tested it before, obviously.
Obviously,
there
he
were
knew what
people
it
in the
was.
city shooting at him.
Or he shot at himself.
I'm
I don't
like,
know.
if you guys are, if there's such a good shot to shoot him square in the fucking forehead, just shoot him in the fucking mouth
or
just-
the eye.
or the eye. Like,
Or the kneecap.
Let's
so
not
he
talk
can't-
about.
so he
Let's not
can't
talk
walk.
about. Let's not talk about the accuracy here.
Yeah,
'cause
let's move
homegirl-
on. There's so many other things.
Listen,
there's so many other things. Let's-
Homegirl couldn't hit him from here to me, from here to you, but then all of a sudden she became a fucking ace and hit every fucking headshot from every zombie running at her, and then hit homie down the street. It was out of control.
Let's talk about how like zombies can get pregnant now. That was the oddest thing.
Well, so here's where my brain was turned off, and this is where I liked the. Maybe my brain did heavy lifting, but this is where I liked the premise of
Yeah, I
the
liked it,
zombie because when they were heading out there and they were like, "Oh, this is for," what do you mean? What are we carrying? It's like we're coming from, we're in Las Vegas carrying a high priority target. It is obviously an alien, and I got to thinking, what if it is some kind of alien fungus that infected him and become that zombie? There is a possibility that he may be able to transmit it in certain ways, seeing as it's not an actual like true death, more than just an evolution into what those spore like things. Which I was cool. It was like, okay, the only one who would be able to actually reproduce in a sexual manner, maybe the alpha one. So I kind of fed into that. Yeah. But what is Zack Snyder's fascinations with zombie fetuses?
Yeah.
This is the second zombie fetus that Zack Snyder has fucking created.
and killed, by the way. They both die, and it's just weird.
He fucking just held it up.
And it turned from a blue color to a flesh color.
So I wonder if it was fully grown, like would it just be this glowing zombie?
Yeah, that's what I would.
That would have been kinda
That's where
cool.
my brain led to. I was like, if it grew up, would it just be like glowing, like
Blue.
a glowing
Yeah,
being?
that'd be kind of so.
I wanted them like with this alpha to go full Resident Evil, like for it to like sprout wings or some shit to mutate into some monster or something.
Yeah.
I
Like,
wanted
just
it.
let loose.
I wanted him to move like super fast since he was the first one. I wanted him to like speed around
like Resident Evil zombie.
yeah, like
and-
Wesker. Just
And speaking of the alpha zombies, the only other way you could tell that it was an alpha zombie was when they blew off their head, and you would just get this sparkle of blue electricity. That I was like, at one point I was like, are they fucking cyborgs?
I know. I'm like, what is
It
that?
just
sparks
looked-
and shit.
Yeah, it looked like when you shoot a robot in the head, and it's just fucking spark of electricity. And I was
Or-
like, what is this?
And
or
how-
like
how
or like
long
when
is-
you try and shoot Vin Diesel.
How long does it take to turn into an alpha zombie? Because Homeboy got bit by the king himself, and he was still just a regular ass zombie.
Well, no, he had the stretch marks. It's obviously a curating process.
Like I
of
said, how
them
long?
being out
How
there.
long does it take for the process?
Are you talking about Ghost?
Yeah,
That's-
not
that-
Ghost.
Exactly.
That's his name. Go
Juice.
Well,
Juice.
Yeah, Juice from
About Juice?
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, I think it's something that like happens as your skin withers because they've been out there in the desert sun for I don't know 8 months.
He's
But
got to get turned into jerky.
but
yeah, I
hate-
think you just got to air out for a
with,
minute,
and then I hated that part
not
because like
moisturize.
he got bit by the alpha zombie, right?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be alpha, right?
Yep.
He's supposed to be alpha,
Kang.
but he shows up and just gets shot, and that's it. I'm like, what was the point of this fucking character?
had the
because
eyes.
because he was very mean to her in the beginning.
He was a rapist.
died.
And, I
Did
mean,
you hear that?
like we didn't need to have him become this, get chosen and get turned and everything. He could have just been fucking torn apart. I would have been fine with that, like a feast
He could have just been dragged off and never seen again.
or that too.
He had to come back and close off the circle of him picking on her.
And then that was,
Yeah.
I mean, to
I
get shot.
I accepted it, but
Like it wasn't really like
again, my problem wasn't that he got shot. My problem is that she struggled to shoot him, and then all of a sudden became a fucking marksman immediately afterwards.
Ping, 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 ping.
I just hate the fact like these like little strings of these little plots didn't lead nowhere or did not matter. And I'm like, okay, the whole Greta thing. She goes after Greta just for Greta
Geeta.
just to fuck Greta. Okay, Greta just to
Gita.
like D to Geet.
Okay. Geeta.
Yeah, I've never met a Mexican or a Hispanic with Gita as
Yeah.
a name.
I'm-
Oh wait, no. I don't think she was even Hispanic. I think she was Indian.
No, she was no.
I'm-
Who cares?
I don't
She
know.
was in
Doesn't
the
matter.
way.
Either way, she was as worthless.
She was smeared on the side of the road at the end.
I'm like, yeah, like what was the like? So she went over there just to save her, and then
Jeopardize
for
the
her
mission.
to jeopardize the mission and everything to have the only payout be that she dies anyway. That's
Yep.
not a twist to me.
But
That's just
she-
a waste of time.
But she learned something from
What did she learn? That she shot her
Don't-
dad?
That she
Fucking-
shouldn't have went in the first place.
Yeah, stay the fuck where you were supposed to stay, and you would have been rich.
I don't think she learned that
Because
lesson.
now you ended up taking care of Greta's children anyway.
If that was the case, what they should have did was like she went after her, and the father comes to go rescue her and everything, and due to her mistake, her father gets bit anyway, and Greta dies. Oh, Gita dies. So therefore, she's like, oh shit, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have just cared. I should just not cared about my friend and just not
Yeah,
came
but
in the
then-
first place.
But then it's like, what lesson are we learning?
Let's
there?
not. Are we trying to convey?
I don't even know why there were lessons to begin with.
No, I'm just trying to get
Or
like
so long.
not even like just like payoff, like setups and payoffs, and like something that actually something to make you feel a little bit more like closure about any of this, because like
there was no closure
there was-
whatsoever.
that-
exactly
Like, there was
Like,
nothing.
There was nothing. Like, and I feel like
Yeah.
if that's the case, then these characters and these situations would
Stop
be a
looking
lot
at it.
lot
It's
simpler.
huge. Huh?
That is our audience. The daddy long legs that they pointed out earlier.
Yeah.
It will
Fucking
be dealt
massive
with.
it is.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I had to boil down like just my simple complaints about this movie, a couple of things, even a couple of spoilers for me. I felt like there was a lot of loose ends that opened up. Granted, the last 20 minutes, like we were on like popcorn, but a lot of it just kind of fell apart and showed you just how meaningless it was from the jump. Like rescuing that lady didn't come of anything.
Getting the money.
Getting the money, opening the safe, surviving a nuclear blast. None of it.
Nothing mattered.
Yeah,
Them going in here did not have a payoff other than to have Bautista and his daughter reconnect.
yes.
and for them to
5
maybe,
minutes.
For 5 minutes.
Maybe he should have just fucking apologized. Or they should have just had a fucking heart to heart outside of there. They
Or-
wouldn't need to go in there.
Or maybe what they should have done if they really, really, really needed the money, they could have just waited for the city to get nuked, get a hold of some radiation suits, and go in there, get the safe, go in there, and get the stuff.
Get the money.
I feel like if anything, I kind of wish, and I'm all for sad endings and stuff, but since there was no fucking payoff at all, and no one got a payoff in this,
And no emotional attachments.
yeah, like why not just let Batista just live? Like why not just have him go off into sunset with money and her
No.
daughter and everything? No, because like if nothing come out of this, fucking what's her face? Literally, she has money, no family. She tried to save her friend, didn't work out. So those kids don't have a mother anyway, if they're even still alive. Who knows where they are? I guess that maybe got taken away. I don't know. Like it's not.
During Joe Biden's camps.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like
The nicer ones.
to give this story any sort of payout, and like just so it's just not like completely meaningless. I kind of wish that Batista just lived on.
I mean, one of the first things that they did is show you that who you expect is going to survive is not actually going to survive.
I mean, I don't.
By showing Karen go from this one Karen they
Oh
they
my
had go
God.
through the whole change and end up dying before the credits are even over. It immediately is the first character they even show you. They makes you think that this is who you're going to be following, and then all of a sudden they snatch her away. From there, I was like, this probably is going to be a recurring theme of just who you expect to be in the outcome. It's more than likely not going to be.
But it's not even like, I don't care. Like, you want to Game of Thrones it? Sure, cool. That's nice and stuff. But I don't. If there's no payoff, then what's the point? Let everyone die. Fuck it. Everyone could have died in that fucking crash, and that could have been the end of the movie.
Everybody should have died in that fucking crash.
Yeah, like we didn't need this ending emotional moment. Just had the plane fucking crash, and then like half what's his face? Oh, he survived. Unless he's going. Oh wait, he's dead anyway. So oh well. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna show me, just give me fucking something. Like at least I was like, oh, he made it, even though he's got fucking cancer out the wazoo. He made it. But like
he's got a little more than
he's
cancer.
just a spreader, which cool. If they make a sequel, it's gonna be spread everywhere because of course he's not gonna just kill himself. You know,
Right.
that would be the
That's
honorable
not how
thing to
this
do.
usually goes.
Yeah.
You know what would be cool though? I mean, no. I'm not gonna get into what if territory just quite yet.
Yeah.
What I will say
Go ahead,
is,
play in the Snyder's hands.
Because he's listening, he's gonna take
Yeah,
it.
give him another fucking headline to
well,
put
in
out.
that case, I'll give him another one. You know what would be cool, Zach? If you did basically like a redo of the movie in Mexico, but you have the Ghost being the being the Zeus character sitting up there, and then you reused your cast, but in different ways. So maybe it's the lady who wants to go in because she wants to rekindle with Batista's character, and just reuse the characters in a different way. You know what I mean? Like rearrange it.
He's not that deep.
Well, yeah, obviously. Have you seen the movie? But
Yes, he is. Have you not seen the Snyder Cut?
stop.
Wait till we get the Snyder cut of this.
He's a
I know.
he is a tactical genius.
He's doing something right. He keeps
Tactical.
he keeps getting his way, and I'm like,
He is the Sun Tzu of cinematography.
can he just do cinematography, or at least go back to learning more about cinematography than just blurs? Like, cool. Like, I'm tired of these blurs. Like,
He's got a job, you don't.
Hey, you're right, but
Ouch.
I mean, a lot of people have jobs. That doesn't mean they deserve them.
That's true.
You know,
Don't hate on his success so hard.
it's not.
Be more subtle with it.
No, I can give him a critique on his work, which is boring. Learn some other techniques. Learn some other techniques, Zach. Okay, fuck.
What, you don't like the 3x4 format for watching film?
Yeah, he did another
No.
technique and you didn't like it. You complained.
Well, yeah, but
I hated that too.
that was another time.
It was just fucking artsy fartsy dumb bullshit.
Oh. This movie gave us a good precursor to what we're going to be getting into when what's the fiery lady, when we all thought that she was going to die and she came out on top and then she died.
Yeah,
Who was
see,
that?
The Hispanic, the Chola.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. I don't know her name. She wasn't
When
necessary.
everyone just watched her slowly get eaten, when they could have easily walked over there, picked her up baby style, and walked away with her.
See, that the part before was one of my favorite parts.
Oh,
where,
yeah.
like that's when I really noticed that the choreography was like on par. Because as soon as it started, I was like, okay. As soon as it kind of it started going to the way of she is going to get fucked over and betrayed and die, or get sacrificed to the zombies, I thought it was just gonna be an overall run in the mill. He was gonna swarm her, and then she just starts kind of knifing them and stealthily taking them out until it becomes a firefight, and then she just fights for her life.
She was the
fantastic,
literally the best fighter they had,
The
Dude.
best
and they fucking just stood there and
for
watched her die.
5 minutes.
And you know what the crazy part is that there are whole Reddit pages dedicated to the guy who can like shoot 3 zombies at once.
just fucking.
But she was practically unheard of, like a tag along, and yet she got some pots and pans out and she started cooking. Honey was in that kitchen serving out bullets and knives.
Flaming.
Man, and they let her fucking die.
And then they come literally from 3 feet away. They just come up and like, hey, she died. We just gotta go.
We gotta go.
Leave her. Let's go.
Like,
We
no.
should've-
I think she's doing pretty
here,
good.
We could have definitely.
We
We could have definitely at least so many zombies were back there coming that I understand the need to leave. But you sat there for 5 minutes as she fought. 3 of you could have walked up there, helped her as she retreated, and everybody got away. It's not that hard.
And
You know?
and Homeboy was a sharpshooter with a good enough shot to shoot the gas
That's
can
what
on
I'm
her back, but
saying.
not shoot the zombies that are about to smoke.
Around her and everything
That-
before they got really terrible because there was only
Exactly.
like 3 zombies around her.
Showing how badass she was kind of overcomplicated the movie.
Yeah, no, it hampered the end result. They might as well if they just swarmed her granted it would have been very tropey and everything. The whole betrayal,
Yeah.
it would have been like, okay, I get this, but then you have this huge sequence. Now I'm like, cool, I guess she's gonna get out of this.
Well, no, they could have left it at that and have her got fucked over and died. But if
Then
you're
she
going to
jumped
do that,
out.
if you're going to do that, don't reintroduce the character.
Exactly.
Let her fall off into an off-screen death.
True.
You're like, all right, she can't get out. No matter how badass she is, she's not going to be able to escape the situation.
And we can understand that. Or just have her come back later on in the movie.
Yeah.
I was expecting, like when you mentioned, I was expecting like, oh shit, maybe she'll come back. Like
It just crawls out of a pile of zombies, just covered in blood. Just
exactly.
with the rage of Montezuma.
And then the fact that she was savvy enough to say, look, I don't want you bringing up the rear because I don't trust you. And then to break out and have this, this last standoff against these zombies and then see everybody and not say, don't trust this guy here. He put me in the situation in the first place.
And this is what I'm talking about, the script that I hated. They would just
Yeah.
they would try to work so many angles and try to give everybody, because I feel like I think I brought it up. One of the things I thought I saw about it was like, oh, this is just a response to the concern that Slipknot just got shafted on his death. So it's like, all right, we're gonna kill this minority real fast, but we're gonna make her look badass. But we're still gonna literally shaft her because it didn't make sense that she was killed that way. It doesn't make sense that she went out that way
Not at
because
all.
everybody just sat on their fucking ass.
Sharpshooters, fucking military trained people.
He's
just
like,
helpless,
oh man,
practically helpless.
oh my god, look at her, she's about to die.
And it's not like they were trying to be stealthy to not draw more. She's firing shot after shot.
and not missing either.
Fucking just walk 10 feet, open fire, get her free, and move on.
Exactly. It's not like there were any alphas there to really change it up. They were fucking
Chamblers.
gamblers. They
Yeah.
could have got her out of that, no problem.
And that is my issue with this script, that it does stuff like that time and time again, and then just finds a way to just leave a bad taste in your mouth of it.
Yeah, the thing that left a bad taste
It's
in
like
my
that
mouth
fucking
is that
whiskey.
one guy, literally the one guy who was supposed to be bad, that we all knew was bad, he literally double-crossed 3 people in the same movie, and before anybody found out what was going on.
In less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, does no one not know what's happening?
Is no one even going to look at him? Like, is no one even going? Like everyone.
And the thing that even contradicts it from the beginning is that they even had that entire scene where they all talked about just feeding them off,
And then like, no, let's
killing them
trust
because we
him.
don't trust them.
Now it's like we're out here in the field, like, no, let's trust him. Let's just keep rolling. He's obviously-
And there wasn't even any collaboration of that. Nobody turned around and said, "No, we just go ahead and trust them." It was more like they had that conversation of we got to get rid of him, and then they never got rid of him,
never got rid of
I
him.
have to
and
say,
allowed him to just run wild.
this is one. It's gonna be one of my last complaint, but I forgot to mention it.
Oh, it won't
What?
be.
What? Why the fuck? If she wasn't going to smoke, like actually smoke,
The pilot.
yeah. Why the fuck give her? Why let her even still have a goddamn cigar? And you put CGI smoke. That smoke was so fucking abysmal. It was so
It was
obnoxious.
so funny.
It wasn't even. It's like
How else are we supposed to get such deep character traits
Don't
that
give a
she smokes a cigar?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It doesn't.
The vision he had for this character was his badass ace pilot with a stogie in her mouth the entire time. Listen, man, it doesn't need to. You don't have to follow. If the person doesn't smoke, there's no need to try to force that on this character.
Yeah, right.
Toothpick, a fucking stick of hay,
Chewing
cinnamon
gum.
stick.
Yeah,
What a fucking cinnamon stick.
Chewing good. I was like chewing
Anything.
tobacco, anything, but like
Yeah. If that person doesn't want to smoke, why? I believe it was a Josh Whedon situation. I will ruin your career unless you suck.
Whoa,
this
not
stuff.
good, godly Zach. He loves everybody on set and treats everybody fair.
okay,
Like,
2015 Jamal.
It was obnoxious. It was obnoxious to see that CGI cherry on the bottom of that never ending fat black mouth.
It It was a lot to deal with.
It was.
This movie, I think we're getting to the end here where, I mean, my final, I'll just say this. This movie is, like I've said several times, it does accomplish that. We're back at the movies, like, turn your brain off.
America is back, baby.
Yeah, like, this is one of those movies where it's like, you know, you can go in with a couple of friends, you know, talk some shit, pay $8, go out, talk about it at a restaurant, be done with it. I don't care. It's a disposable movie. And that it just happens to be really pretty, and the cinematography was great, and the action sequences were legit. Shut up. And they were good. And the set pieces were awesome. And it's just one of those films that you're going to ultimately not think about. It served its purpose, and it won't be remembered, really.
Also, before we get out of here, can we stop the trope of the getaway driver or whatever it is, and you come out and they're gone, and you're like, oh, you double crossed us, and then the bitch is just wasting. There was a nuke coming, bitch. What the fuck are you playing the game for? Stay where the fuck you're at so I can jump in this goddamn helicopter and we can get the fuck out of here. It took him 20 minutes to get on that helicopter, and her diddling around with that little fucking joke by being off of the pad was ridiculous.
But if we don't show that she can come back, how will we show how great the character is?
Look, we need one last twist because
Zack Snyder keeps time like Akira Toriyama.
Look, Akira Toriyama knows what he wants. He knows what he does. He knows what he's got.
So does Zack Snyder.
Does he?
No, he doesn't.
Yes, absolutely.
According to his fan base.
Look, they keep fucking blowing him up. Like, oh man, I must be good. Holy shit, I'm so good. I'm not good at what. Shut the. No, you're.
I
okay.
realized that this thirst quenchers are starting to become this Zack Snyder hater club.
Hey, I'm trying to keep
I'm
it
making
fair
shirts.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
cool.
making merch.
I'm making merch. Like, what's the merch? Snyder go home.
And anti-Snyder social club.
Anti-Snyder.
I don't know if I speak for everybody. We don't hate Zack Snyder. We just don't enjoy his movies all the time.
Oh yeah, like as a person, he's fine. I've heard I heard he's an actual. I heard he's a cool guy.
He's probably a beautiful human being.
Yeah, but his work is.
He's, and I don't think it's necessarily him. I think it's a pedestal that he's been put on.
Yeah, we've seen it before, and I'll use examples. George before, like, you know, everyone put him up there, like, oh, he's such an amazing director and writer. He can do no wrong until he has been doing wrong. But I don't know where we got to this part in this day where, like, Zach clearly has done wrong things, but his fucking fan base, they're just holding on to him.
Restore the Snyder voice.
Yeah, they just won't.
Yes, man, you just got to ride with the tribe.
You know what? I'm happy. It slowed down at least a little bit. I haven't seen hashtag restore the Snyder cut in like forever.
now.
Or not restore the Snyderverse in like
well, there's a new Snyderverse, and it involves
zombies.
So yeah, I don't.
In my head,
In your head, in my head,
and the bumps,
in
the bumps,
All right.
and then.
They're actually right now. They're talking about restore the Snyder cut for Sucker Punch.
I'm into it. So
yeah, give me 5 hours of them in schoolgirl uniforms running around with katanas.
Please.
If I wanted to see old ladies in school uniforms, I would just go to
old ladies.
They're younger than you.
No.
Old ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies.
Yeah.
They're whatever. So
Don't ever
talk about Vanessa Hudgens that way
in your life.
Fight me.
after the pod. So
listen,
Keep the camera rolling.
I remember being in my youth, and when I first saw the trailer, and I was about probably 11, 12, the trailer for the what was that Jim Carrey movie that flopped?
which one?
Yeah, which one, man?
It was a book. Unfortunate.
Lemony Snicket.
Oh, series
Listen,
of fortunate events.
I seen that little pasty girl, and I was like, I'm in love.
This is true. Yeah.
And then she became Sucker Punch,
She became,
and I was like,
and then she went
so in
away
love.
forever,
Hey.
never to be heard from again.
she's here.
Oh, she's there.
Always and forever, man.
She's
All right. Both of y'all? Okay. I'm wrong. My bad.
Yes, you are.
All right.
So
I'll admit that I'm wrong. Unlike Zack Snyder.
hey, hey, restore the Snyder.
Oh.
So with that being said, guys, I think that's us, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's rate it real quick out of 5.
Okay, I give this movie 5.5 glowing zombie fetuses out of
Beat me to
10.
it. Beat me to it.
Sorry, man.
I give it 4.5 zombie tiger eye sockets out of 10.
I get it 3 poorly CGI smoke from a cigarette or cigar.
Stogie.
Yeah, Stogie.
It was a fucking black and
Out
white.
of-
Just all that plastic tip.
I'll give it
Out of 10.
I'll give it 4 heist movie double crosses out of 10.
You're not gonna. Speaking of bad CGI, I'm surprised nobody brought out that scene.
Oh
with
yeah,
the gun
my favorite scene.
when he murdered the alpha zombie.
I'm like, you didn't have.
His whole body blacked out, and all they did was zoom into the barrel.
With an ankle piece, and it blew his head open. With an ankle piece. The fuck out of here.
That was
That
terrible.
man blew his head off with a 22 like it was a 45.
Like a split cantaloupe.
Maybe that's why he wore the helmet, because he had a soft head.
Oh, that
Maybe.
boy was tender.
And also, women. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say this, but
What the fuck?
this everything could have been avoided if you would just kept your hot paws over your newly husband and not give him head while he's driving.
According to Zack
But-
Snyder, Roadhead's the devil.
But
Or if you
but
know military personnel were watching the road.
This is true too.
but don't stop doing that, ladies.
Yeah, don't stop. Well, yeah,
Can't stop, won't stop.
he could have been watching the road too.
He could have been. Yeah,
He was literally doing this. He was
okay.
head back.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. It's never going to be that good to where you're going to be like, oh, I'm not driving anymore.
I know, like
You
my
know,
eyes,
like, what
eyes
do you-
roll back in the head.
It's
Like,
not going to be ever going to be that good. I don't care how talented the individual is. Okay.
Superhead will disagree.
super. Okay, let's.
You can stop driving, just pull over.
That's true.
Yeah, but that's not fun. That's not as fun.
That's not as exciting.
Yeah.
I want to break sound barrier when I break cum barrier.
I mean, he broke right on time.
You're gonna play the
Yeah.
back. You're gonna play the Back to the Future song.
All right, guys. That's been another Thirst Quencher. If you like what you've heard, if you think that Zack Snyder is a genius and he makes nothing but great films,
Yeah, please let us know.
let us know very pointedly in the comments.
And guide us to those films.
You'll be wrong, but just let us know anyway. And if you think that Zack Snyder is an idiot and he makes shit poo-poo films, let us know about that too, because some of us might agree more than most.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said,
When are we gonna do a thirst quencher about something we like?
When things come out that we
We
like.
did Castlevania.
You're right.
Yeah, see.
so yeah, we did stuff. If you guys like what you've heard here, please like and subscribe. Follow us on our
social
our
medias.
Instagram, our Twitter, our YouTube.
YouTube.
yes,
You
like
know,
and
follow.
subscribe.
You can listen to us basically anywhere and everything at Thirsty Nerds or Thirsty Nerds Podcast, and
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for more content in the future. We will be reviewing Johnny Sin's extended catalog. in
Johnny
the
sends
third
anything.
question.
Yes,
I forgot you. Yeah, we did.
That man's a doppelganger.
That means
He's a real life Mystique, but he's a man. He could be anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Who else?
oh,
Who
yeah,
else
still
is
need
the
to.
He's
doctor?
he's probably Joe Biden right now because he's fucking us.
All right. Peace out. Bye.
that was a good one.